Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena, and welcome to our head-to-head series. Today we're looking at two Xiaomi phones, the Redmi Note 14 Pro and the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus. The 14 Pro is a feature-packed mid-ranger, and it doesn't break the bank. While the Plus model is a little bit more expensive and promises some upgrades. So let's compare our review findings head-to-head and see which of these two Redmis is right for you. And as always, you can find links to our extensive full reviews down below. Like every year, 2025 has brought an extensive catalog of Redmi phones, and here we have the 5G Redmi Note 14 Pro and the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus. Both are the same size, but the Pro is 15 grams lighter. You can get either phone with a vegan leather backing or a standard one. That turns out to be plastic on the Pro and glass on the Pro Plus. Also, the Pro Plus has an aluminum frame, compared to the 14 Pro's plastic frame. The two phones have the same ingress protection though, rated at IP68 against dust and submersion in water. And when it comes to the display, again both phones are the same. Each has a curved 6.67-inch OLED panel with a 1220p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The two displays look great. They're equally sharp and support 12-bit color depth, as well as Dolby Vision and HDR10+ video playback. The brightness is equally matched as well. On both Redmis, we measured up to over 1100 nits maximum in auto mode, which isn't the brightest around these days, but still good for outdoor use. And on either phone, the 120Hz refresh rate smooths out movements on screen, and it can dial down to 60Hz when the screen is idling to save energy. Both phones have a stereo speaker setup for audio with the same good loudness. We couldn't find any real difference in the sound quality. It's decent either way. Let's have a listen.
Close the window and your eyes disappear into the blue. Wrap your fingers around the great escape.
You can wake up and unlock both Redmis with an optical under-display fingerprint reader. As is common with Redmi phones, both the 14 Pro and Pro Plus have an IR blaster, which you can use to control other appliances with. And you can get either phone with 256 or 512 gigs of storage on board, and that's not expandable through microSD card. Both of these Xiaomi phones have received an update to Xiaomi's latest HyperOS 2 interface on top of Android 15, and it packs plenty of AI functionality too. And regarding software support, Xiaomi has promised 3 major OS updates to the Redmi Note 14 series, and since they just received an update, there should be 2 left. One of the main differences between these two devices is the chipset. The Note 14 Pro runs on a Dimensity 7300 from MediaTek. Meanwhile, the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus uses a Qualcomm chipset, a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3. As you might have expected from the more expensive model, the Pro Plus outperforms the Pro in benchmarks. The difference is only about 10% in CPU tests, but in graphics-based tests the gap is wider, at about 25%. So while the day-to-day performance of these two phones is about even, the Plus model may be a better choice if you're planning to do more gaming. And when it comes to thermal management, both phones do a great job, with hardly any thermal throttling during our prolonged stress tests. Both of these Redmis have the same battery capacity, 5110 mAh. However, because of the different chipsets, there is a difference in battery life. The Redmi Note 14 Pro earned a higher active use score overall, with slightly better individual scores across our tests. The Pro Plus supports 120-watt charging, compared to just 45 watts on the Pro. As expected, the Pro is considerably slower to charge. It took over an hour to charge from 0 to full, while the Pro Plus took only about 20 minutes. When it comes to cameras, both phones are identical. On the back, there's a 200-megapixel main cam, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel macro camera. So whatever differences in quality there are would be due to the different chipsets processing. As expected, the main camera's daylight quality is quite similar, with no difference in terms of the sharpness, clarity, and detail. However, the 14 Pro's color temperature seems to be more accurate, with warmer hues, while the Pro Plus tends to render the scenes colder. Additionally, the Pro offers a wider dynamic range, and handles highlights better than the Pro Plus. In low light, on the other hand, the Pro Plus's main cam outputs slightly cleaner and sharper images with more natural shadows and more balanced highlights. During the day, the ultra-wide camera's output is on par. Neither phone does a great job, but it's okay for the class and type of camera. In low light though, the non-Plus model does do a little better, having the edge when it comes to sharpness, detail, and dynamic range. Here's a look at selfies taken with either phone's 20-megapixel front-facing camera. They're about identical, but the non-Plus offers a very slightly wider dynamic range. And here are the selfie videos for comparison, which come out in 1080p resolution. When comparing 4K videos from the main cameras, actually the Redmi Note 14 Pro does a nicer job. Its videos have a more accurate exposure, and they're cleaner overall. And in low light, we see the same trend from the main cameras. And 1080p ultra-wide clips from the 14 Pro have better detail than those from the 14 Pro Plus. So that was the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro and its brother, the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus. The two phones have a similar curved design with ingress protection. The displays are identical, and so is the speaker quality. You get the same software features too. The Redmi Note 14 Pro is the less expensive model, but the user experience is the same. And this phone actually brings some advantages over the Pro Plus. Its battery life is longer, and even the camera quality is slightly better. The Pro Plus, on the other hand, has more premium build materials and a more powerful chipset. The charging is much faster too. It's not so clear-cut in the end. The difference in price between these two phones isn't huge, and each has certain benefits over the other, so you'll have to weigh the pros and cons and see which is a better fit for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.